Let me tell you something about this city. All of us, we're all just passing through, and we've all been here forever.
Those who came, those who stayed, those who never returned. Tides turn, seasons change. We've waited and we've watched. But we've always been here. We've always listened. Because there is a different resonance here. It comes from the river, and the land, and the sky.
It's our place, all of us.
This city belongs to everyone.
And you know when it's your time.
And it's our time.
Listen, we are Freetown.
We are Freetown!
The golden rules of Freetown.
Don't pretend you're something that you're not.
Don't go thinking you're better than anyone else.
Or that anyone else is better than you.
Don't shout about it. Get on with it.
We are Freetown!
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 Yeah!
We found our voice again.
I'm from India and Freetown.
I'm from China and Freetown.
I'm from the UK and Freetown.
I am from Nigeria and Freetown.
I am from home and Freetown.
This city belongs to everyone.
The fishermen,
the taxi driver,
the barber,
the drummers, the dancers.
All of us. All of us. Everybody. We are Freetown.
The past is ours.
The future is ours. It's our time again.
And this city belongs to everyone.
The playwright,
the greengrocer,
the teacher,
the dog.
This space.
Good afternoon and a warm welcome to the first edition of Sport Update in a Week. I am your presenter, Esther Samora. Coming up in this edition of the program, in the Under-17 Nations Cup qualifiers, Sierra Leone edges Mauritanian. Sierra Leone Police Women's FC get Clubhouse, and Midwest Cricket team has made history by winning the Sierra Leone Women's Under-19 T20 Cricket League. Liberia defeats Sierra Leone in the CHAN qualifiers. All these stories plus more lined up in this edition of the program. You can be part of the show by text message number 077-209012. This is Sports Update live from the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation with me, Esther Samora. Welcome back. We start off with the program wherein the Sierra Leone Under-17 team contested a tightly match in the African Cup of Nations qualifiers, where Sierra Leone secured a 1-0 victory over Mauritania. The decisive goal came from Ali Ramadan Kabia, who delivered Sierra Leone in the high-stake match. Abdul Kabia has more.
Sierra Leone's Under-17 national team made a significant stride in their quest for AFCON glory, defeating Mauritania 1-0 in their second WAFU qualifying match. The decisive moments came courtesy of captain Ali Ramadan Kabia, who found the back of the net to secure the victory for the Sierra Stars. This hard-fought win marks a crucial point in their campaign, boosting their chances of advancing to the next round of the competition. As the tournament progresses, Sierra Leone will continue to battle for a place in the final stages. Fans across the nation are eagerly following the team's journey and hoping for continued success. Sierra Leone.
Well, that win for Sierra Leone, definitely Sierra Leone, they currently hold second place with 3 points, heading into their final group stage match on Tuesday, October 29th against Guinea-Bissau. Well, in the studio I have two analysts, Slbc Tv and as well as Taikuma Kante, a football analyst. Hello and welcome to the program, Taikuma and Abdul.
Yeah, good morning, good afternoon rather, to viewers, and good afternoon, Esther.
Okay, start off with you, Abu Kabia. You watched that match. After Sierra Leone, there's so many skirmishes that were surrounded. The team faced with so many skirmishes coming to that particular match. We saw them play in their first game and they lost to Mali. Coming to their second game, they won yesterday, and it has given hope to the team. What do you make of the squad's performance?
Well, the performance was a satisfactory one, considering the fact that they went through the challenges of the MRI scan and whatnot, and Coach John Kone made a very good impact in terms of having a well-organized side against a better side. And the win against Mauritania was a huge one for Sierra Leone, considering the fact that they lost their first match, and the team organization, we saw discipline, and we saw a leader who is on his path to greater heights in football. Ali Ramadan Kabia with that fantastic goal he scored for the team. That was a brilliant goal, and the entire composure of the team organization, you know, they played well as a unit. We saw the technical ideas from the head coach and the rest of the team. They did well. For me, I would say the match was a stepping stone for Sierra Leone, considering the fact that they are aiming for qualification in this U17 AFCON qualifiers in Group B. Okay,
if you look at the group now, Mali, they are already through to the next stage of this campaign, which is the round of 4, the semi-finals, having won 2 of the games. Sierra Leone, they are currently second with 3 points. A draw or win for them, we automatically see them to the semi-finals. Now, Guinea-Bissau will be playing against Mauritania, and both of them having a point each. What is the hope for Sierra Leone?
Oh, we've got a very huge hope, and the players are well aware of the fact that they need to win. It's a must win, and for them to obtain a better edge in terms of qualification, then I'm sure John Kone and the rest of the team will rally around winning, because getting a win there will significantly help the team in more ways than one to progress to the qualifiers itself. So it's a must win, and all hands on deck, and the technical team, they need to get the boys ready now, because this match is hugely important, the match against Guinea-Bissau. So they must not forget the fact that they need to win, and it's a must win. So they should not downplay the issue of winning. And I love the fact that they've been able to have the winning ways after they lost against Mali. You know, Mali and Senegal, these are powerhouses in African football.
Especially when you talk about youth.
Primarily, yes, youth football. So for the Stars, the Sierra Stars, the mountain is huge to climb, but I am certain that they will deliver at the end of the day. They've got a bunch of young and exciting players. Ali Ramadan and the rest of the team, you know, these are players who are coming to the ranks, the amateur ranks of the game. These are I would say these are the next stars of Sierra Leonean football, and I just hope John will have the time to select better players against the Guinea-Bissau team, so that at the end of the day they will have a winning result.
Thank you very much, Abu Kabi. I must bring you on. Taikuma, you've been following Sierra Leone football, and now we've seen the huge gains the youth teams are making. Starting off with the under-20, they've already booked qualification to the Nations Cup, and now the under-17 side, a win or draw for them will automatically see them qualifying for the under-17 Nations Cup. Now, what do you make up of the team performance, especially when they had to face so many challenges coming into this campaign, especially with the MRI scan?
One thing I have to say first, I want to give kudos to the young lads that they are participating in the qualifying stage, because they went through a rigorous task for them to play this particular competition. But nevertheless, we lost our first match, and we are into the second match now, which we got a winning. One thing we are seeing presently in Sierra Leone seems like we are getting a rapid growth when it comes to football. Consider the fact that now the under-20, they've qualified for the Africa Cup of Nations under-20, and now the under-17 also want to make themselves through. That tells like football has been on a speedy fact in terms of growth.
From all what we've seen, like I mentioned, in terms of the under-20, the under-17, the huge growth, don't you think it is high time for the Football Federation to focus on youth football development for them to be getting the required result?
Yeah, if we want to reach at the end of activities and we want to be at the climax of football and that of Africa and part of the world, we need to invest in grassroots football. And investing in grassroots football, I think we are starting to get the rhythm right at this particular stage of the time now. Consider the fact that the Sierra Leone team now, we are participating, let me say, in all the ranks of football. We are in the under-17, under-20, and just soon again the home base, they are into another competition. That tells like grassroots football has been in a speedy footing for Sierra Leone.
What do you think that Coach Kone should be thinking of going into tomorrow's match, their final match? Now, if you look at the group, Mali, they are already through with 6 points. They won against Sierra Leone. They've already qualified with 6 points. And tomorrow, Sierra Leone will be playing against Guinea-Bissau, having won their match against Mauritania. And a win for the team or a draw will definitely see them to the semis. At this stage, what do you think the coach should be thinking of or should be considering?
Hanging in that balance tells like we should not be based on getting a draw. We should be based on getting a win. Securing a win will send a strong message to the other teams that we're playing against. But we waiting for a draw. Never mind, a draw will see us through the next stage of the competition. But winning that particular match will give a strong sign of intent. And John Kone, he has been an experienced coach when you talk about football in Sierra Leone. He has been a coach for the Bo Rangers and also the OLED audience. I think he know the couple of players and know the intensity of that particular match and know what it means for Sierra Leone to get a win to see them to the next stage of the competition. And looking at what Lamine, the under-20 coach, did, I think all the other coach want to follow suit. Like I'm with this particular squad, I took them to this competition and this is what is my reaction, or this is what I came back home with. So I think that's what John Kone will be facing tomorrow, playing against the guys there.
Thank you very much. Thank you, my country. Continue to stay with us. Straight off, we take another story that has to do with women's football. But this time around, it is the construction of a clubhouse wherein the executive committee of the Sierra Leone Police Sports Unit, they've constructed a female clubhouse which was unveiled a week ago. Well, the newly built clubhouse will host the female players. This milestone feat will ease the accommodation challenges faced by the female players. I witnessed the unveiling ceremony at the Sierra Leone Police playing field at Freetown. Here is a report.
This 5-bedroom structure will house these players of the Sierra Leone Police women football team as they were challenged with accommodation in Freetown. Chairman of the Sierra Leone Police Sports Unit, Martin, said upon getting information about the constraints faced by the players, especially those from other countries, he decided to team up with his executive and facilitated the construction of this structure to host players and lessen their accommodation constraints.
Our female team, especially the sports units, have gone through constraints in terms of clubhouse, especially for residential players and players that are coming from other angles to come and support the SLP, especially the sports unit. So because of these constraints, we as executive members of the Sierra Leone Sports Unit, we have thought it that we should build a clubhouse for them so that whenever a player comes in, they reside in this place and make sure they support the club. and make sure we put a monitoring about it so that it will be sustainable for the SLP, not only for them that are there, but also for the SLP as a whole.
President of the Police Wives Association, who also doubles as team manager of the Sierra Leone Police Women's Football Team, Matilda Doriselu, said she was happy for such move by the executive, noting that the structure would give a facelift to the club. According to her, the clubhouse was a testament of the hard work of the executive of the sports committee.
For them to have a playhouse or a play club for them to where they can stay is actually a big step, and it's a great achievement so far for what we've done for them. We are hoping for the cup this year. That is one big thing we are hoping for, to show that yes, we are there for them, we can support them in any way they want. So the next thing we want to make sure we have the cup this time.
The newly signed players were also unveiled to strengthen the squad ahead of the new league season. The newly signed players were also unveiled to strengthen the squad ahead of the 2024-2025 Sierra Leone Women's Premier League season.
Welcome back. Well, like I mentioned in the intro, it was indeed a great milestone feat coming from the executive committee of the Sierra Leone Police Sports Unit. This seemed to be the first in history for a female club to have a sports house. While in the studio, we've been joined by the chairman himself of the Sierra Leone Police Sports Committee in the person of Mr. Martin Jusosamba. He happens to be the acting chairman. Hello and welcome to Sport Updates, Mr. Samba.
Yes, thank you very much. I'm happy to be here this time.
Now, to start off, take us through how you came about initiating this idea of getting a sports clubhouse, becoming the first female club to have gotten a clubhouse for your female players. Take us through.
Yes, thank you very much again for the opportunity given to me from you. And also, I want to say kudos to the Inspector General of Police, who have given us opportunities as young officers to take up our own responsibility and to prove that the young people can do it. For the past years, we have gone through some constraints, especially for the female football team, which we host them at that time at the garment factory. But because of the space or resident play space, so we decided to change the initiative and to make them to have a sports house. And for the past years, they have gone through tin and turn because it was difficult for them to have a place to meet as a team. And for now, with all these years that they have gone through the constraints, as executive members of the Sierra Leone Police Sports Unit, we have met and discussed a lot of things and tried to put things in place. That is why today we are here. Last week we opened the sports house that we are talking about now.
Okay, how many players are we talking about that will be accommodated by that particular clubhouse? How many rooms there? And give us an in-depth information about the facility.
Okay, the facility, the clubhouse will take about 25 people.
Wow.
Yeah, we have up to huge. 4 rooms and parlor, and it is self-built house, and of course it has all what it takes for human to live in there. And I believe now that I'm talking, they are in there, and we have started to get some results because we encamp them in one place and we're able to control them now.
How were you able to source fund in getting that structure built within twinkle of an eye? Because this was a project, from what I gathered, that lasted for less than 3 months.
Yes, as a committee members, in the SLP we have our fund that we raised for the SLP sports unit.
Okay.
So from that time that we have the information that we want a sport club or sport house, we decided to raise fund among the executive members. And faithfully, that is how we get to this clubhouse.
Okay, and now you've spoken about the fact that it will be hosting it is currently hosting 25 players, and you need to focus about the monitoring aspects, the feeding, and all other things should be considered.
Yes.
The security, these are women we're talking about.
Yes, that is why as a security personnel, what we do is that we have their coach, and of course the coach has been with them for a long time now, and of course now that we have handed over the clubhouse to them, the executive are monitoring, and of course we all the time we are there to monitor and make sure things is okay for them. We are not talking about like for security, of course all of them there as a police officers, they will be part of the security.
Okay, Taikuma, I must bring you on. We've seen massive development, great development in the police women's football team, having gotten a clubhouse. When you talk about football club owners or executive building clubhouse in the country, you talk about Rangers. Apart from Rangers, we're yet to see another Premier League side having clubhouse. But for the female category, we've never seen. This is the first time the Sierra Leone Police women's team, they've been able to get clubhouse for the ladies. What do you make up of that?
That one is a big boost. When you talk about football, more especially in Sierra Leone, you need to get the players on board and you need to get them at one particular place. We saw the example of Rangers, or what the management of Rangers did. You get in the clubhouse for the players were all intact. You get them on time, you get them on training. You know exactly what they are doing on a daily basis. And for the Sierra Leone Police, they've done very, very well for them getting their own clubhouse. I think that one will send a strong message, not only to the female team, but to also male Premier League team playing the top league in the country. I think that one is a good boost for them.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Makante. Continues to say with us. Send your comments on 077209012. And quickly, the Midwest Cricket Club has made history by winning the Sierra Leone Under-19 Women's T20 Youth Cricket League. They defeated Police Women's Cricket Team by 3-11 runs in the final match. Here is an highlight of the event.
I would like to express my thanks and appreciation to the management of Cricket Sierra Leone, the organizers, Abbas Blah, of course, the league coordinator.
You took part in the semi-finals. What happened last Wednesday or this past Wednesday?
I'm not controversial, but the truth, we have to say it. Of course, we have to say it. Now, this don't point country.
Yeah, my match I've ever been to, and I'm having an amazing time. I love seeing all of the sportswomanship. I love seeing the strength and the power of your playing, and I want to wish both teams a really wonderful game today. First and foremost to the players and the coaches, thank you for investing in your health and in your sport. I want to thank the umpires and also the announcers for creating a game that has all of the right inputs for a wonderful experience. Of course, also we have the fans, all the fans, the family members and friends who are supporting these players, and the Cricket Association has been working so hard to make this a possibility. And Mr. Shekhar here, who has been asking me to come for the last 6 months or so, and I'm happy to finally be here. So thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful, wonderful game today. On behalf of the Senge Family Foundation, we're very proud to offer some award money for the winning teams as well, to contribute back to the club, so you get stronger and stronger, better and better every day.
Congratulations to Midwest Cricket Club for winning the Sierra Leone Under-19 Women's T20 Youth Cricket Championship. Mr. Samba, yes. Your team, the Sierra Leone Police Women's Cricket Team, could not win the championship. You are first runners up. To start off, what do you make up of the finals?
Well, it was fortunate for us not to win the final. But we want to say congratulations to the Midwest because it is their own turn. So I believe we are working towards winning all the time. But for now, it is for Midwest. Thank you very much and congratulations.
And of course, we want to also say kudos to the Sierra Leone Police Sports Committee, because at the end of the day, we've been seeing the Police Sports Committee trying their best in ensuring that they have clubs in different sporting disciplines, including the boxing, the cricket, football, male, female. Tell us, how have you been doing all of this?
Well,
and also extending support to all the other categories.
Okay, for the SLP, we want to put it to the ear to every individual to note it that not only to secure, but we also socialize.
Okay.
So in that hands, we take a role to play all other roles in terms of sport. So that's why in all areas, for example, sports, cricket, the cricket and the football and boxing, we are there because we are socialized.
Simbi, from the sport desk, Mohamed Sibiko Mamos Guyon, because you cannot deny the fact that this is a great fit from the Sierra Leone Police, having a cricket team, a football team, women. They also have a boxing team, among many others. What do you make of this? And we've seen now their latest achievement, constructing a clubhouse, which I think even the male Premier League clubs should emulate.
Yeah, sure. I believe it's a step in the right direction, because many people believe when you say Sierra Leone Police, they are just the force for good. They just protect lives and property. But the Sierra Leone Police has really shown that there is more when it comes to the Sierra Leone Police. Imagine you competing in various competitions, whether it comes to football, whether it comes to boxing, whether it comes to cricket, all of those. And now a huge and a massive improvement, having a clubhouse.
Yeah.
It's really very important. I believe it's a wake-up call, not only for the Sierra Leone Police. I believe other institutions. Sometimes we need to go beyond just protecting lives or just being a security sector. You have to empower other people. Imagine having a clubhouse and also participating in sporting activities. This is also a source of empowerment for young people, because
and at the end of the day, it will be the players will be protected, because you have these players being camped in one environment. When you want to have your training session or activities, you don't need to be waiting on them or calling, because they are camped in one environment.
In fact, that has been one of the challenges in many of our football teams and other sporting activities. The players, sometimes they are disjointed. You don't have that particular situation we are in. We put players together, we are able to understand ourselves, that at the end of the day we work collectively and able to achieve results. It is really evident when it comes to Bo Rangers. We've all seen over the years, for the past seasons, how they've improved massively ever since they created they built their clubhouse. Because if you have the players together, they'll be able to understand themselves, they'll be able to know their strengths and weaknesses. I believe it's a massive improvement, and also I'm also confident that with this improvement there will be huge development when it comes to the Sierra Leone Police sporting activities.
Thank you very much. We go for a short break, but before we go to this break, remember that Manchester United, they've sacked their head coach. Ten Hag definitely will bring you analysis of his sacking immediately before the end of this program. Definitely we'll go for this short break. After the break, we continue the program. Welcome back. Where quickly we'll take a story that has to do with the Sierra Leone home-based team, as you'll be getting definitely so highlights of that one. We are in Liberia, defeated Sierra Leone 2-1 in the African Nations Cup Championship, which is tagged as CHAN. The match held at the SKD Stadium in Liberia saw early action with Lawrence Kumo scoring for Liberia in the 3rd minute. Sierra Leone Sophia Kaloko managed to equalize in 22nd minute, as she'll be getting from the background. But however, an own goal by Alpha Kabia in the 58th minute ultimately handed Liberia the win. Well, this victory strengthens Liberia position in the CHAN qualifiers. Well, Taikuma, I must bring you on. We saw Sierra Leone in their first match in the Nations Cup Championship qualifiers. Sierra Leone lost to Liberia by 2-1. What do you make of that?
The loss yesterday was not that good for what we've seen in the past days when it comes to football for Sierra Leone. We lose that match by a defensive error and we conceded the goal. What I'm also saying is that these players, they knew themselves very well. For yesterday football, we see that kind of interpassing skills between them, but going at the final third, we didn't see that kind of creativity and quality. The one that should give us the mildest shot or give us the decision so that we can qualify for the next stage or win in that particular match. But the coach knew the players he should call, because going to this particular competition, we had an alterations in terms of players being to the squad and others that we are left out. Maybe we didn't get that kind of balance going to play against this particular. But nevertheless, we have matches coming forward that we need to win if we want to qualify.
Yes, this is a home and away based match. Now, one thing that baffles many Sierra Leoneans is the fact that the FA had to take their home match away from Sierra Leone. Now, the question is whether this CHAN qualifier is prohibited from playing from the Southern Arena, because we're trying to get the FA what was the reaction if they requested for the CHAN match to be played at the Southern Arena, because yesterday it was Sierra Leone that hosted Liberia, and then on the 1st Liberia we hosted Sierra Leone at the same venue. What do you make of that, playing all our home games away from home? We know that for the Leone Stars match, it is basically excluded. They should play it in a, you understand, sophisticated environment, having a 5-star hotel, among other things. Because when you look at the Southern Arena, you definitely will not count them out in terms of having the facility. But you look at the hotel concern. But for this CHAN, we don't know whether the Football Federation approached CAF for it to be played at the Southern Arena.
That one is it has been a sucker punch for us. Consider the fact that these players, they are home-based players, and we expect them to play that particular match yesterday in Sierra Leone. We are blessed with the Southern Arena presently because these players, they are not that too professional. It should have been a good call-up for us if that match should have played at the Southern Arena.
No, they are professionals. I think it is not based on that fact. But the point is, there must be a negotiation, like we see when the likes of the FC Calon and that of Boeing just played their home matches in the Champions League at Southern Arena. So we don't know why the FA did not extend such to CAF to see whether the Southern Arena could have been approved for the CHAN qualifiers. It is a professional league for home-based players.
Yeah. If we've gotten that request from the likes of the FC Calon when they play the African Champions League, they play there at the Southern Arena. Yeah. That tells like the Southern Arena has that quality to host a match in that kind of magnitude. Yeah. Because football, we've got to have the 12 man, and the 12 man, that is the support. If they have played in front of their own crowd, they should have played for pride and passion, because consider the fact that the Sierra Leoneans will be behind their back, hunting for them to get the goals so that they can be to the next stage of the competition. Now, what the SLFA should be doing now, and on matches like this, they should be negotiating and requesting so that this match should be played here in Sierra Leone, because playing against Liberia in Liberia, that tells like we're already down before going to the particular fixture.
I must be here, Mohamed Simbi, playing home matches away from home, and now Liberia, they've already edged Sierra Leone. if Sierra Leone want to qualify from this stage, which is this group stage qualifiers, by the way, they need to play vehemently for them to book their qualification to the group stage. And if they need to move away from this particular stage, they should be thinking of winning like 2-3 or 3-1 against their Liberian counterparts. Are you foreseeing that?
Yes, I'm actually foreseeing that, but the decision them playing in Liberia, Sierra Leone was still Liberia in Liberia, I don't think it is welcoming, because we all know fans, the supporters, they have their own role to play. We see, for example, the just concluded match between Sierra Leone and Ivory Coast. We all saw the impact of the fans, the massive support they went there in Liberia supporting the Sierra Leonean players. We saw the outcome, but playing Liberia, you are hosting. Then Liberia, they are playing away in their own country. I don't think it's really welcoming. They need to ensure that they make a befitting decision. The Southern Arena is not bad at all, being that even though they've played teams like from Liberia, the determined girls, etc. They came and play at the Southern Arena. So I believe this particular match, they need to consider Southern Arena rather than going to Liberia.
And one thing that happened also during the course of this particular selection of this home base, you understand, we saw so many, should I say, the list, about 3 lists that came out, 2 leaked out. And the initial one we saw where Francis Bangura was initially part of the squad, the mighty Blackpool midfielder, and then we saw him being replaced by another Momo. And when that list came out, there were so many people were saying all sort of things about the head coach Abedi not having control over, you understand, his own ability of selecting the players. But now, something that is trending on social media is the fact that the goalkeeper of Freetown and Slbc was never part of the squad, but he's currently with the team in Liberia. So in terms of having that organizational structure, in terms of having that, you being on top of situation, what do you think the FA should do when these, when these coaches have been given responsibility of competing in various competitions?
One thing we're lacking in Sierra Leone football administrative is like we do not have the central command. Okay. Consider the fact that you've appointed someone to be the head coach. Allow the person to do his work properly. There was an altercation there at the academy, the Slbc ground, when Abedi wants to pick to select the 20-man squad going into these particular fixtures, but people were just infiltrating, like, oh, this is my player, you need to include him. But that's not the way football works. If Abedi is the head coach for the home base squad, allow the man to do his job, allow him, let the process continue. If he fails to do what he's supposed to do, then take the man off that particular position. But consider the fact that we are having Abedi getting his own 20-man squad and SLFA releasing another 20-man squad. It's a shame.
SLFA that released it.
It's a shame because
the release was signed by SLFA, but
Francis was out of the squad, replaced by Momo when the squad list was already out. That one, it seems like something was playing there at the background, like, oh no, it's not supposed to be there, then include this one first. But what we are seeing now is the Slbc goalkeeper that was not part of the squad is there now in Liberia, joining the host of other players.
And I can also confirm that Francis Bangura, that was initially part of the squad, who was replaced by Moma, is also currently in Liberia. He was called on and he joined the squad on Saturday.
One thing they should take cognizance, they are not going there based on themselves. They are going there based on taxpayers' funds. Okay. Because they will be given their allowances, and it has been gazetted like what, because that's what we're finding difficult in this country now. When they make call up, this will go, no, this is my player. But now the list has been released for 20 players, and now we've gotten news that another couple of players have just added there, like 2 or 3 of them. Okay. So what do you think will be the outcome coming to the the match against Liberia. It seems like we'll be having for that infighting, like no, I'm here based on this particular color. That I'm not part of the squad.
But the good thing is that the acting Secretary General of the Sierra Leone Football Association, Engineer Besimbaho, in one of the groups, he confirmed that the players whose names are not on the official list will definitely are not part of the squad. They are not part of the squad.
Esther.
But unfortunately, why were they taken to Liberia?
Esther, on which grounds are they in Liberia?
I think the FA should answer that question. But I was bringing on Mr. Samba about the issue of accountability and as well as sustainability. Now you've built this clubhouse for these 25 female players. You'll be looking at the accountability, giving account about what is happening there. You're looking about sustainability, about sustaining that particular clubhouse. Tell us, what are your plans in terms of sustaining it?
Well, first of all, as executive members, we have appointed some members, part of the executive, which are monitoring the clubhouse and also whatever that are in there must be recorded and also bring it for accountability. And of course, for terms of sustainability, we are effective on that area. So that's why we put things in place before time. Every week, we monitor the old building, we monitor the personnel that are in, and to know what are in and what are out, or what they are in need of, so that we can keep things and updated our manager. And we also see support from the police. The head of the Police Wife Association would also be the team manager. Is it? She's the team manager, yes, for the female team. Yes, the manager. We saw her support. Yes. Now, tell us, what are your plans coming into this next league season? Because last season we never saw good performance from the Sierra Leone female team, and during that unveiling ceremony, we saw you've unveiled or signed a couple of players. Tell us about your preparedness. Preparedness for the coming next season. For this coming season, I think the SLP has put a lot of things in place so that we achieve a goal. And the goal that we want to achieve is that by winning a trophy. And of course, the manager has made a promise that she will make sure she supports all over that is needed for us to effectively try to have the trophy by the end of the season.
Thank you very much. And quickly we go into the international stage, something that a whole lot of Manchester United supporters we are saying that it was long overdue. Well, their head coach, that is Erik ten Hag, has been sacked, and from reports, Van Nistelrooy to become the interim manager of Manchester United. As Manchester, they've confirmed the news that they've sacked manager Erik ten Hag with a statement on their website. Taikuma, a whole lot of supporters of Manchester United were saying this was long overdue.
Yeah, Esther.
Are you supporting United?
No.
Or Arsenal?
I'm an Arsenal.
Oh. So what's your take?
This news has been overdue because seeing Manchester United struggling for the past 2 seasons under Erik ten Hag, that says like Manchester United are doing a transition period. But 2 years from Erik ten Hag during the transition period has not been fruitful and has not been that expected from one of the biggest clubs, because I think the only club that is bigger than Manchester United is Real Madrid. Yeah. So after Real Madrid, then it's Manchester United. But if Manchester United are struggling, and now having Erik ten Hag with all his profile and coming back to Manchester without delivering what they expect of him, tells you that there is no way. Because seeing Sergio Phillips are just relieve, because I should not use the word sack, relieve Sir Alex Ferguson of the ambassador position. That tells like United, they want to get back to their glory days of Manchester United. So Sergio Phillips has 25% of Manchester United, and he is the head of all the football aspects of Manchester United. So he doesn't feel that Erik ten Hag is not the best man for that particular position. So that's why.
And according to when you look at the website for Manchester United, they said that they are grateful to Erik ten Hag for everything he has done for the club. But Van Nistelrooy will definitely take over as the team manager in team, whilst they look forward to recruiting another coach. I must bring on Mohamed Simbi about the relief or the sacking of Ten Hag. Yesterday we saw United losing again to West Ham United by 2-1.
Yes, of course, for me it's a welcoming idea because Erik ten Hag, ever since he took up Manchester United in 2022, there has been huge challenges, a lot of expectation when Ten Hag was appointed as the manager of Manchester United. We all know he had a brilliant performance coaching Ajax, but he could not convert those particular experiences he gained from Ajax to Manchester United. Because imagine, at this particular point in time, Manchester United is still 14th in the Premier League table and 21st in the European League out of 36 teams. So just imagine, even to win a game for Manchester United is currently a scarce commodity. So I believe taking Ten Hag off the picture, it's really a step in the right direction. Additionally, apart from Ten Hag, I also believe that the players, they need to step up. We all see yesterday the game against West Ham United. Manchester United had a lot of opportunities. Yes, we all know that Ten Hag has a challenge, but again, the players also, they need to take responsibility. Because even if you take the best of coaches, if Manchester United players are not ready to do the work, I believe there is still going to be that challenge.
Because Simbi, since Alex Ferguson left the club, yes, we've seen Jose Mourinho, we've seen David Moyes. Yes. What is wrong with the team? Because United, they are still finding it difficult to know where the problem lies. Because since Alex Ferguson left, yes, we've seen from one coach to another, the likes of Jose Mourinho, yes, the David Moyes, like I said, yes, but they are yet to get the required result.
In fact, Manchester United is now seeking for the 6th coach from since Sir Alex Ferguson left the team. So you see, it's not about the coaches, I believe the players also, they need to take responsibility. we need a coach. Manchester United needs a coach that is very, very strict. If you do not want to play, you need to be put at the bench or substitute, because if you derail that particular record that Manchester United have had over the years, I think it's really a slap on the face of the board and the fans even as general. So apart from Erik ten Hag, I believe the players, they also need to take responsibility. Yesterday in the first half of the match, Manchester United could have taken all of those particular opportunities they had, but they did not make use of the opportunities they had. Then unfortunately they lost the game. So yes, Erik ten Hag is off. Ruud van Nistelrooy, a very, very good player, one of the legends of Manchester United, he is also coming with his own expertise. But the players, they also need to take responsibility.
You want to agree with that, Saikuma?
One thing about football is game management and the approach that the coaches will be using. For the past 2 years, Erik ten Hag at Manchester United, he has been an issue of Manchester United. Consider the fact that the players, not all of them are used to the system that Erik ten Hag is using at the training ground. Manchester United, for last season, Manchester United got so many injuries along the line. Players are coming, players are going, players are coming, players are going. That says like Ten Hag was not consistent in terms of doing his routine there at the training ground. And also, Ten Hag is not that kind of organized manager that should be keeping his dressing room well intact. He had an issue with Cristiano Ronaldo. He had an issue with Jordan Sancho. They all left the club. That says like it's not about discipline or either being the players doing their work also. But Ten Hag was the coach of Manchester United. He initiated the team play, the tactical approach, way to defend and way to attack. So that's what he gave them the instruction. That's what exactly the players are coming to the pitch to deliver. See, he had also issue again with Paul Pogba. So you see, that says that Manchester United has an issue in terms of recruiting. They brought in their specialists who train the Georgian club and the rest. he came in and then identified the issues of Manchester United. But little did they know that they had that issue and not management. But thank God now they have Sir Jimmy Ratcliffe, who is in charge of the footballing aspect of Manchester United and want to change this dynamic again so that Manchester can go back to the past glory.
Thank you very much. And quickly, I take a few of the comments in this program. This one say, good afternoon, Esther. This is from the Sport Desk. Okay, you can. We don't discuss about this. But this one say, congratulations, Sierra Leone Police football team. I hope other clubs will follow suit. Such development from Elisa Kouma at Bluefields. It was a good performance from the under-17 players. I hope they will beat Guinea-Bissau. When is the match? From Wuri at Aberdeen. And this one here says, I am a United fan. I am very happy for the sacking of Ten Hag from Elisa Kouma at Bluefields. Well, the under-17 match will definitely be tomorrow in Senegal. That will be their final match. I must bring you on. People are happy about this latest development. What should Sierra Leoneans expect, and what assurance will you give to supporters of the Sierra Leone Police female football team? And what's the latest also with regards to the male team, as they are currently at the Division 1? You did well, but you could not qualify to the Premier League.
Yeah. Well, I want to say again, for the SLP, we are working assiduously to make sure for this year coming that we will try to work all hard to make sure our team reach to the level that that every individual is expecting. That is why, as you can see, because of the motivation and of the clubhouse, now you can see we have already started winning cups. A trophy like yesterday, we take Ascension Town female team, and of course we hold the Mosupele trophy yesterday.
Congratulations!
And of course I believe this is just the starting. We will work towards the want of the supporters of the SLP.
Okay, thank you very much. And Taikuma, what's your expectation about the both games, the under-17 and the home-based team?
Yeah, we just wish them well. For me, I'm expecting a win for the home base side, and that's of the under-17.
Simbi?
Yeah, just wish them well and a good game.
Yes, Sierra Leone has a lot of good players from the list I saw. Then also, it was also demonstrated in their performance. They just need to increase. I believe they are going to win their next match.
Thank you very much, Mohamed Sibiko, Taikuma Kente, and of course the acting chairman of the Sierra Leone Police Sports Committee, Mr. Martin Chusu Samba. And many thanks to the entire team, Abdul Kabir, Mohamed Simbi, the technical team, the camera operator. I have been a presenter, Esther Marisa Mwasing. Goodbye. Continue to watch the SLBC.
for the Zoom meeting today with the investor then?
Yes, boss. I'm ready for the meeting today. And I don't download all the reports they sent to me on the internet.
Make sure so you get super connection, because I don't want one problem during the meeting.
Everything is okay. Everything is fine.
Counting on you, even though we're not in the same office. I will be with you every step of the way.
At Sky Vision College, we offer more than just education. We provide the tools to shape your future in technology. Our bachelor's degree programs, computer science and business information technology, are designed to equip you with the skills and knowledge needed for today's fast evolving tech industry. We also offer advanced diploma courses in areas like software engineering and infrastructure management services, and other certification courses such as ethical hacking, cloud computing, CCNA and more. It ensuring you are job ready for the competitive world ahead.
Come to number 5 Main Motor Road, Wilberforce, Freetown. Call us on 072-797979 or 032-979797. Follow us on our social media channels for more updates.
Famulem, the best margarine butter and the best mayonnaise, don't reach Natal now. When a Jadida butter and Jadida mayonnaise. Jadida butter and Jadida mayonnaise, easy for rub na bread and so is sweet na mouth. It good for the family and it nice for make cake. You when you look for butter for do anything with concern butter, Jadida butter not the best. Jadida butter they na all then shop and supermarket for sale. But if you want plenty, go na a mobile trading company na number 3 Sani Abacha Street or you telephone them 076 622 194 or 030 279 449 or 6 Lumley Street or 076 663 495. Jadida butter and Jadida mayonnaise na the best product at home. Jadida.
Hey, me. For can go na junction for go buy EDSA credit. It want more than
say you want for Gona State. Because the last EDSA credit when me buy na ya asidom where I buy am.
This one hard for believe.
Na true. Dial star 363 hash with QCell and tell me what he say.
He say buy Q Power, get last 3 tokens, register meter and exit.
Easy.
But I no get QCell money.
Now it make am sweet and easy. Just top up your QCell and buy EDSA credit. No mobile money, no problem. It will be one day na salon.
Okay.
Pass with QCell.
Make a try, man.
Hey! Nice car!
Yes, use your QCell top up and buy EDSA Lite anytime, anytime. Just dial star 363 hash and follow the instructions. Make sure say you register your meter number before you continue.
For more information, dial 111. Terms and conditions apply. QCell Salon Pride.
The OKNP landscape is more rich in biodiversity. If you come in the OKNP, you will see different type of animals: chimpanzee, hippo, elephant, Maxwell duiker, red flank duiker, etc., etc., and even the colobus monkey, patas monkey, that are in the park.
We're here this morning with the Wabile Eco Guards, with Dr. Moses, Amara, Emmanuel, and Dr. Rosa, doing the camera trap practicals and also how to do reference video making. We're getting ready for tomorrow as we're going to go to the field for 10 days to set up camera trap in 3 different locations with 3 teams. We survey the transect and take data and also do camera traps. For some transect we have 2 cameras, for some transect we have 1, and some transect we just have to resurvey.
Being one of the Wabile staff, we don't learn a lot today from yesterday to today.
concerning this camera trapping. We will go for 10 days.
I'm Echo Guard for Wabile. I have learned a lot. We are here for training how to set up camera trap, also with a transient land. I'm very happy for being Echo Guard for Wabile because I have a lot of experience now how to protect this land, and I know what to do and what not to do in the forest.
Due to the intervention of many projects like ECOD, Wabile, OKKPS, then we have started seeing some changes. So I think the community members also really appreciate the work of those projects that are bringing development in their chiefdoms in the name of protecting this particular conservation area. With also the community members are now ready full force to support those projects to see how best they can achieve their goal, and they are always thanking the donors that are giving their money to those projects to sponsor community members. Wabile also is now working along the Kilimi axis to Kuru. They also are now trying to see how best we can able to know the different type of animals that are in there. For the community members, they never know if we have chimpanzee or neither elephants. Due to the efforts of the Wabile and the OKKPS and ECOD, now community members have started knowing that yes, we have elephant, we have chimpanzee, we have leopard. Then this is a good thing for the chiefdom because this can encourage the tourism to be in the park and to do more investment. This also encourages the community members also to contribute to support the project because they are seeing their children working with the project. And conservation is good because it creates more jobs for the youth, it creates more employment, more investment. So it will be good if this will continue for next 10 to 15 years. That can help the conservation area to be protected and the community members also to be feel part of the decision making.
Sierra Leone is a country on a new path of development, a new direction. As we awaken to a new sense of patriotism and pride as Sierra Leoneans, the Slbc brings together enlightened senior citizens with much experience to help steer Sierra Leoneans on the path of a defined course of pride and consciousness, a constructive nationalism. So, join the Slbc for the program Constructive Nationalism. Come and let's build Sierra Leone every Saturday at 3 p.m. on the Slbc. Constructive Nationalism on the Slbc.
Life no go ever sweet without that thing what we call love.
na that make?
No fact na a very good program. Where any big person can look and enjoy.
Now the kind of program we for spend time for watch. Now the kind of program we for spend time for sit down for look.
And this program it made around land for my and I wonder you say for life.
The Love Factor show is about family, love, counseling,
relationship. We say we dey build and maintain relationship. This na program we say we dey counsel you for let you know how for dey with your partner, let you know how for settle disputes between you and your heart to heart.
Well, you do your for yourself.
Join the Love Factor team
every Sunday, 10 p.m.
for help make we all enjoy love and peace.
A reporter, a presenter, and an anchor for the Slbc.
I am Dennis Fraser, reporter and presenter here at the Public Broadcaster, and this is the Slbc.
Hi, I am Kenema, a news anchor, a reporter, radio presenter, and announcer. I find pleasure in keeping you updated, and it's a pleasure.
Hello everyone, I am Slbc Tv, a reporter and presenter at the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation. Stay tuned all day, every day. Cheers.
At last, the World Cup comes to Africa. Now already we've seen one soccer star, Liberia's George Weah, running for president. But there's another way of using your fame in the streets, the World Cup star as political referee. We've come to the Swiss Alps to watch the elephants arrive. Not Hannibal's, but the Ivory Coast national football team. They're here to train at altitude for the World Cup, an African nation with a decent chance of winning the first World Cup to be played in Africa. There's Chelsea star, the modest Salomon Kalou. And here's the captain of the elephants, Didier Drogba, a brilliant, opportunist striker. Willing to sign autographs, but often avoiding the camera. They're normally a laid-back bunch. Politics, they'd like you to think, usually the last thing on their minds.
Football is our passion, and it's through football we give our message to all the Ivorian people. The politicians talk about politics, but we play football.
But, as many great defenders have discovered the hard way, Salomon Kalou and Didier Drogba's languid appearance can be deceptive. For there is another side to the Elephants, the team that has tried to bring peace to a nation on the edge of war. He's up in the air, Didier Drogba, the elephant star. Down in the streets, they're doing a dance named after him. It's called the Drogba City. You dribble, you head, you dance like Didier. Almost the national dance. Every weekend, bars in Ivory Coast are packed with football fans, shrines to the elephants and their English-based striker.
I love you! Papa, I love you! I love you!
It is the spirit of our team to share the same life, to wear the colors of Ivory Coast, and to give joy to everybody in the country. Because the population identifies with the national team. The players are playing in different clubs and they come from different parts of Ivory Coast. When you play in our national team colors, we become one. And we want to give that to the Ivorian people.
But behind the celebrations of the stars, this is a country recovering from unexpected and violent turmoil, civil conflict that's impeded progress towards the eradication of poverty. Disputed elections in the year 2000 led to an armed rebellion in the north of this previously stable country. In the ensuing North-South conflict, thousands died. Allegations of random killings on both sides. Victims of one notorious massacre are buried in the biggest city, Abidjan. Government gendarmes were tried but acquitted.
We are here at the Square of Martyrs. Here, victims of Le Charnier de Yopougon of 2000 were buried. We are here among our friends. 57 people were buried here. They are spread over the outskirts of Yopougon district. This is what we call Le Charnier de Yopougon.
In the next 5 years, many more died or were injured. The worst violence flared out, but the country still seemed on the edge of civil war when one group of men made a passionate plea live on TV.
Ivorians from the north and the south, the center to the west. You all have seen and we have proved to you that all of Ivory Coast can live together with the same goal, to qualify for the World Cup. You have promised that this celebration will reunify the people. So today, we ask you and we will go on our knees. Please, forgive. 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 The only country in Africa which has all these riches cannot slip away into a war just like that. Please lay down your weapons. Organize elections and everything will be better. We want to have fun.
Fun because the Elephants had minutes before qualified for the 2006 World Cup. They were not trying to be political players, but referees, urging all their countrymen to play by the rules.
I think that all Ivorian people want peace in Ivory Coast. When you engage in war, there are no winners. Everybody loses. It does not matter how strong each party is. If it will be a war, nobody wins.
As with many other conflicts, Ivory Coast's troubles had their origin not only in the streets, but in the world of ideas. In Ivory Coast, people can often tell whether you come from the north or south from your name. So even asking the street typist for an unofficial ID card may show where you come from. And a philosophy called Ivoirité claims that some northerners aren't true Ivorians and don't have Ivorian rights.
It has been used in a political context, so it is a concept that you reuse. It's a concept that has been implemented for a political project. It is legitimized by scientific publications and promoted by some scientists, historians, anthropologists, philosophers, and also by journalists. We who did not react through fear, prudence, or cowardice, we are also responsible. Isn't that true? Because we did not intervene when the people were in danger. Because we know what the outcome is of this discourse for the people.
With the country still threatening to slide into civil war, Didier Drogba and the Elephants seemed like one of the few things keeping Ivory Coast together. With Abidjan and the south still divided from the north by roadblocks, economic life was coming to a standstill. Didier and the Elephants stood for hope and renewal.
He gave a good lesson to the politicians. I think politicians should follow the example of the national team. We have so much potential in football. Didier Drogba, Yaya Toure, Kolo Toure, Aruna Dendane, Maestro, and others. Also, on the economic side, we have a lot of potential. We have timber, palm oil, the sea, and oil. Our soil is rich. I can't understand why Côte d'Ivoire is still in trouble.
In the shops, the elephant strip stood for geographic and ethnic unity. But how to dramatize that, bring it home to the fans and everyone else? Here's where Didier's talents as a striker helped. Opportunism, seizing the chance, a gift for the theatrical.
A leader. He is a leader. If I have to define him in one single word, Didier is a natural leader. Every time we tease him with the fact that maybe he can become a politician, it comes naturally and it is in him. He has the character of directing. If you have that, it's something that comes spontaneously. It comes when you have to take decisions, when you have to intervene. It comes naturally. And Didier, every decision he has taken was spontaneous. It was not calculated, it's completely natural.
To discover more about Didier Drogba's gift for seizing the moment, we drove to Bouaké in the north of Ivory Coast. In the recent past, it's been a more difficult journey to make, with roadblocks and UN peacekeepers in the way. The north is largely Muslim, and with many immigrants from neighbouring Burkina Faso and Mali. They have economic power and now want political power too, an ambition sometimes resented in the south. Back in 2006, Bouaké was waiting for a historic moment, none more eagerly than the Elephants fan club.
The night before, we made T-shirts with Didier Drogba on them, and his title as Best African Player. We made bracelets, flags, and with the T-shirts, they sold like hot cakes.
Patrolled by soldiers from the recently rebellious north, crowds gathered perilously at the airport as Drogba's plane arrived.
It was difficult for the plane to land because people were in danger of spilling onto the landing strip. The security tried to make sure the crowd was calm so the plane can land safely. When Didier landed, everybody wanted to see him. At a certain time, we even wondered how Didier could get to the stadium.
In 2006, the north was almost cut off. Visitors from the south of any kind a rarity. Now here came the hero of the south and of the north. Didier Drogba had flown here not for a match, but to make a dramatic gesture to the north and its people.
People, young and old, bought the T-shirts. Even kids who had never seen him and only could have dreamed of buying this stuff, they still bought it despite the poverty. It was a great atmosphere. Everyone wanted to take this chance and meet Drogba. The emotion was really inexplicable.
Didier had won the African Footballer of the Year trophy. He was determined to share his triumph with all Ivory Coast. He'd celebrated in Abidjan, now in Bouaké too. Elsewhere in the world, touring the whole nation with your trophy would be seen simply as a footballing gesture. But here, it was a dramatic moment of national reconciliation, a spontaneous strike for peace. The leader of the North, who later became Prime Minister in a power-sharing government, was a grateful man.
Today, I am very happy with the visit of Didier Drogba here in Bouaké to show to all Ivorians that peace is possible and that the reconciliation is a fact. The presence of Didier today is a real act of reconciliation, and the people of Bouaké are ready to make peace.
Just what I said before, that my only regret is not coming here before. When I see all this, I get goose pimples. I'm moved.
Remarkably, Drogba hadn't lived in the Ivory Coast since he was 5. His mother sent him to France for a better life, prophetically naming him Tito, after the Yugoslav general who kept a fractious nation united.
I'm a citizen who likes sharing things with his brothers. And for the rest, the politicians are there to do their job. I'm just a football player. Maybe I can give a little hand so that the peace may come back and everybody can live together and get along. You have to reach out like I did today. I'm ready to sacrifice my heart to be able to come here every day.
The arrival of Drogba in Bouaké became a reality. We came from a crisis situation. Ivory Coast was split in two and we were cut off from the national team. This was our chance and we found new hope as supporters and we found a new atmosphere which took us back to where there was no war. We found each other again as Ivorians and we became a united country.
The only thing that I can say, peace is not just a word. You cannot just say peace is peace. Peace is behavior. Peace is how you act toward another person. That is what peace is about. I think if we can live together and if we can respect each other and we can have a good life together, I think that is the beauty of Ivory Coast. That's what distinguished us for such a long time. We have this chance to go back where we came from and to spend good time together and have this good behavior, which is peace.
Today, things are looking up again for the fan club chairman's minicab business. The healing process Drogba's visit helped begin had a big effect on everyday lives. Didier and the Elephants were more than just football stars, for those trying to make a decent living. For truckers in Ivory Coast, the conflict had meant trouble with repairs, roadblocks and bribes. No more.
Imagine that from here to Tebisu, you have to go through 20 checkpoints. You have to pay 2,500 francs at each checkpoint. And then how much you have to pay if you drive across 25 checkpoints. How much is that? But today, you can drive from Abidjan to Tebisu without paying even 5 francs. From a financial and security perspective, it has provided me with a lot. Before, from Tebisu till here, it cost me 50 to 60,000 francs, and now it costs nothing. Thanks to football, I'm very happy with what Drogba did.
Bringing the country together helped the drive against poverty. But while football had helped unite the people, bringing the security forces together was an even tougher challenge. Now, in this football-crazy nation, another chance for the national team to seize the moment. That chance came just after Didier took his trophy to the north. The stage, again Boaké, this time the football stadium. To reunite the military forces, Didier and the Elephants needed a big event. So big, it would have to be protected by soldiers from north and south, bringing them together again for the first time in years. The Elephants were playing Madagascar in the first national football match in the north since the fighting broke out. Buses brought soldiers from the south and the Elephants.
I felt a great joy when I heard the game would be played here, because we had never seen the Elephants play in Boaké. It was such a great pleasure to host them here. We were very happy that they would arrive here. We made ourselves ready to receive them. I was in charge of the security. I was very focused on how I could prevent any blunder or security mistakes that could disturb or spoil the event. I was not afraid of troops from the south. I was more preoccupied dealing with the security of the game than preoccupied by their presence here.
It was a long time ago since we played a match with the Elephants. The fact that to see all these stars, Drogba, Yaya Touré, Zokora, Kolo Touré, and all the stars who came to Boaké, for them it was incomparable. The joy the people had to see us, the citizens, the soldiers, everybody was really happy to see us in Boaké. It was a good match. I scored the first goal. It's something I will never forget. It was very important to play the match.
I must say that the first goal really woke people up. Then the following goals, they were celebrating too, but the crowd was not satisfied. Everybody was waiting for Didier Drogba's goal. We scored 4 goals, but the public was impatient. When Didier scored the 5th goal, the public felt liberated. I can't exactly recall, but he received a long pass from the midfield. He took the ball and passed the keeper before kicking in the direction of the post on the right. We celebrated this goal, but we, responsible for the security matters, we had to celebrate discreetly. We congratulated each other as we usually do when a player scores a goal. Though it was not a full embrace, but we congratulated each other and said how good it was. You know, when the country is in crisis, all means to bring peace should be supported. This game was played in a good spirit of peace. All parties were reunited here. Everybody gave his best. There were no incidents. All the forces were lined up. All the people worked hard and seriously in their own tasks and duties.
Ivory Coast is still waiting for the elections which Drogba asked for in 2005. But the economy has been recovering, and making World Cup T-shirts is a golden opportunity.
We receive a lot of orders for T-shirts, about 10,000 until now. We hope that it will be more and more. There will be a shortage when the World Cup starts. The people will demand more t-shirts. The people of the Ivory Coast that live in this region, Boaké, Odiene, Korogo, Ma, show their solidarity with national team. We belong to Ivory Coast.
Today, Ivorians want to progress on peace, they want to develop, they want to participate, and for most among them, the youth. It should be a republic of hope for the youth. Once they were used in this crisis, and they want to step out of it. They are now proud of the national team, proud of Drogba, Keita, and all these people. As for me, I would like to thank them.
Yes, everyone loves the elephants. Ivory Coast are not among the favourites for the World Cup, but they are in with a chance. And ask if World Cup success could bring lasting peace, there is a message for everyone.
It's not us who take the decisions. We can only bring joy to the public of Ivory Coast. That's the only thing we can do as sportsmen, as players. It is not about us, but about the decisions taken by politicians. We don't do politics. We only want to have joy in our game. Whether you come from the north, south or west of Ivory Coast, we want to show to all Ivory Coast that we are here to represent our country and not only one part of our country. We athletes want other countries to look at Africa in different way. It will not be easy. It's our challenge, and I think when the Europeans and the Americans come to South Africa, they will see the generosity of Africa and the pleasant side of Africa, the side of taking time, having fun, and taking it day by day, and not asking yourself too many questions. That is Africa. We are proud to represent this. We hope that the other countries will share this feeling with us.
Nos frères des autres continents vont le partager avec nous pendant la Coupe du Monde.
When we think of street kids, gangsters, outsiders, we probably think first of young men. But there are just as many women whose talents and energies are often wasted, living on the edge, as we found in Lagos, Nigeria. Bisayo, Onyinye and Gift are area girls in Lagos, Nigeria. Area boys, well, they play rough and dirty, though some do make it good. But what is an area girl? Something cool or just a girl without a job? And in a difficult world, can they make it good too? There's evidence everywhere, if you know where to look. In the commercial capital of oil-rich Nigeria, Ajegunle is one of the poorest and toughest neighborhoods. Like many big city slums, still struggling to meet the Millennium Development Goals. Neighborhoods here are called areas, And some girls are called area girls, including Onyinye.
My name is Onyinye. My friends have this funny name they call me, Shenkers. I'm an area girl for now. And, well, I'm not an area girl because I choose to, but an area girl, you can't actually classify it into one person. It's different ways. You have some girls, they're area girls, not because they do anything, but because they're just rough. They're just rough and tough. They like trouble. They like, anything trouble. Anywhere there's trouble, they like to be there. They like the bottle, the knife, and they just love it. It's not like anything. They just love that kind of life.
Onyinye lives the right side of the law, but knows the street slang, runs or paid errands, and meeting up.
Then some people, like me, it's due to one or two things that, you go through. You have to do some odd things, do one or two runs. That's what it's called, actually, to meet up. You have those that steal, to meet up. We have those that are in the hotels to meet up. It's different. You can't really, place it on one definition.
Onyinye left school at 12, no qualifications. What she does have, brothers and sisters.
I have 10 siblings altogether, okay, from the same mom, but from different dads. My growing up wasn't nice. It wasn't nice. We stay with our stepdad, actually, because my mom is married again. My mom has to carry almost all the responsibilities alone. School fees, feeding, clothing, and all that. So I'm growing up, and I can't just be depending on my mom for almost everything when I know she doesn't have.
Onyinye, as we'll see, has dreams. But right now, reality's a little different.
So I have to look for one way or the other to, support her. Because my younger ones are growing too. This area that I stay, it's kind of common. It's almost what we do here. We date men. So it's practically what I do for now. That's what I do for now. My sisters, my family, they know about it. They know everything about me, actually. So it's not like they're comfortable with it. But I have to do it because I don't want any of them to do it. So it's like I've taken it upon myself, to help. I won't allow them, do what I do. Because if I can carry it, maybe they can't. Maybe they're not strong enough, to live with it. I try as much as possible to satisfy their basic needs. Their needs, the ones they need, not what they want. What they need. I need this.
Satisfying her family's needs doesn't make Onyinye an area girl, but it is what some area girls do. So is she an area girl? Her grateful siblings are undecided.
Area girls, sometimes it depends on the area you're brought up, kind of, the environment, and maybe your background and the effects, and your parents, kind of, right?
It depends.
Yeah, bad ones.
Even the ones from
There's
bad.
some
rough ones too, and there's some cool, they're good. She's brilliant. She's very intelligent.
Outspoken. Yeah.
I can't call her an area girl, but at the same time, the area can classify her as somehow an area girl. And no, because she's too somehow. She's very naughty, and she's ambitious.
She's very stubborn too.
She talks about modeling. I guess she's working towards it. This one is nice. Hey, sorry. If it affects my life, I think it only affects my self-esteem. So that's why I'm looking for something I could, engage myself with that's legit and responsible that I could do to help my family. But that boy is fine.
Instead of relying on boyfriends, Onyinye wants to work.
I've always wanted to be a model. I think I have this talent towards it. I can do it. I sometimes in my house here I try to catwalk.
Any weapon from against me go
round here are a catwalk too, but a different kind of catwalk.
When you're in your house, you can be free. You can, do whatever. But when you're on the streets, you have to give them this mean impression, like you're scary. Because if you act like, one... if you act like one body, they'll climb you. When I'm outside, I don't smile. I don't talk to people like that, except those people that are really, really close to me. And you have to keep this strong face. Nobody can just come talk to you and just go away. You have to keep this face. You have people you play politely to, and those that maybe if you're not familiar with someone, you try to play hard, because the other person will be playing hard too. So it's almost the way we do around here. We're headed to the cafe where I do most of my research. It's just a stone's throw from this place.
Onion off to the neighborhood cyber cafe.
Hey, what's up? When you have time.
Some are looking for jobs. Some are looking for the training and self-help courses that are on offer around here. Onion is looking for a modeling agency.
I search for modeling agencies, so I try to send emails. So if they reply my email, then I go. And if I get the phone numbers, I call. This is where I hang out at night. And it's kind of very quiet because it's morning. And most people don't come out in the morning. When it's night, you see people coming out.
Some judge. But for area girls, choices are limited.
In the daytime, nothing happens. Most people who don't do anything, maybe they sleep or watch TV or just sit in the house doing nothing. But around here in the evenings, it's always very rowdy. People around here like life, like partying, all this kind of stuff.
Another opportunity.
When you hear the song, you must stand down. See as them they flex, nickel gravity and the chest don't come again. You see as them they flex. When we enter club, they must pop up champagne. You see as them they flex, nickel gravity and the chest don't come again. You see as them they flex. When we enter club, they must pop up champagne.
What sets the tone for area girls, area boys?
The area boys, they come out in the evenings. That's when they come out. That's when they pick their pockets. That's when they have the chance to do whatsoever. Because you can pick pockets and just disappear. And in the evening, they have the chance to, smoke their stuff, use their, without attention. If you're nice to them, if you're free with them, they can be nice with you. If you're, let me use the word loyal. If you're loyal, when you see them, you greet them well. If they need something, you do it for them. You're just, getting along with them. They treat you well. But if you're not careful, if you get into their wrong hands, they'll beat you. They'll beat you very well.
We are always there for them. As long as they can come to us and they can reason, well, fine, we'll do it for them. We belong to the same mood, one love, one Nigeria, Ajo Leponi, Ajo Dakpo.
So, are area girls all under the sway of area boys? Well, not quite. Meet Bisayo, an area girl who's graduated. Not cum laude, not to be a CEO. This natural-born leader's become Onyinye's area mother.
When you have an area mother, definitely an area mother has to be somebody that, her legs are very strong, with the experience and people around. You don't have to step on somebody's toes before you get into trouble. Somebody can just see you and pick trouble with you, and then they'll be looking for how to get to you. So when I found myself in such, situations, I was like, okay, let me get closer to this person. Let me get closer to her. Maybe she needs errands. I run errands for her. I'm with her, and all this kind of stuff. So whenever I find myself in such, I call her out, then she settles it for me.
Protection. She'll stand in front of you. Bisayo will settle arguments, win games, could have been a diplomat. Instead, she's an area mother.
you try. When you be area mama for your house or for your territory, people go respect you. And then go respect your personal. My guy have been alive. So this area girl of 18, I find it very easy.
I am mama, the best in the area.
What marks Bisayo out here? She says she's literally graduated.
I study history, international relations, a diplomatic. Fine, I come from a wealthy home. So my parents assisted me to go to school, but for the fact that I just want to be an area girl, I see myself as a star in my area. But I don't feel me. I protect my territory. Maybe if I should see any outsiders want to come and obtain in my territory, in my cabal, I will overtake. And I will tell them that, look, this is my own territory. And anytime I see people making quarrel or fighting, and I get there settling them and they refuse to look at my face, I will set up my guys and we will obtain the fight. And the fight will turn out to become mine, which after everything, they will need to bow and succumb to my own wish, because this is my territory. I don't go to people's territory making troubles. I take absolute control of my territory.
Mama, I don't know me. Stop there, boy.
You don't do. You not give me this food.
Okay.
So been at my cabal. You might meet some people that is older than you do. They might combat you and overcome you. But if you are not strong with the kind of boys you think you are opening on that, but now I'm laying now, they can fight on my behalf.
When the cops come to us, arrested us, they're going to, she's the one that's going to protect us, came to the cell to bail us and everything. So that's why we're protecting him.
7.
Round here, work is often what happens at night. Daytime, for area mother and friends, well, there's always games of chance.
I just love playing Ludo because it gives me more life whenever I have problem. When I'm thinking, I use Ludo to stop thinking. Sometimes we do bets with money when we need to bet. But this one no need betting now because my boy never chop a left. He won't bet.
If not Ludo, there's Lotto, the lottery.
Let me take you to where I play my Lotto.
It can be a last resort for many who can't find a full-time job.
When I graduated, I searched for a job. I couldn't get one. So I play Lotto to make my daily needs. I win, I don't win. It's okay by me. This is why I play my Baba Jabu Lotto. So, guy, play me 22-14, which is my too sure. When you play with 10 naira and you palm 5 games, you palm with 10 naira, you realize 7,500. You can just imagine what I cannot realize in an office within a month. I can only catch it here. And this is the right place for me to catch that kind of cool money. I dominate my territory. I count things. And I make things happen. In terms of social life, I'm always there.
Bisayo is a leader, the kind you might want in the boardroom. Today, she's greeted as a hero in the medicinal bar.
Yeah, man. Well, this is where I make my happy day. This is my shepherd joint. And these are my guys. Oh, yeah. Wakpa. Oh, yeah. This is where I enjoy my life. Oh, yeah. All my life. Yeah. Shepherd for life. And this is our mama. Mama Gongon. Come to this cabal. You will get everything. Even for me for life. Sir. Yes. This one for malaria. If you take this one, you will never see. This one You know now. If you get any problem, then I dey call. Sure, you see this one, now wash down then they call her. Wash that, yeah. Take this one, you don't do all right. Mama, serve all my people. Give them 2 shots.
Mama! 3 gunshots for Mama. Bosa!
Everything goes on my fingertip. Because if I tell them to do something, they'll do it. So with that, I believe I've been respected in the society and I can become a leader in the future. My destiny is to help the society.
Bisayo's an area girl who's risen to area mother. But this is a neighborhood with girls of many talents and values. So can a hard-working girl with more modest ambitions be an area girl too? Gift only went to primary school. Today she's buying ingredients for the akara or bean cake she sells. Work worth having.
My name is Gift.
My name is Gift. In this area, I'm an area girl, but I don't care what people think. I don't get involved with the others.
Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation, hello and welcome to News Hour Live on TV. I am Frances Bernard. But first, the headlines. Ministry of Planning popularizes the National Development Plan in Bo and Bond District. First UMAJ Consultancy Group Nigeria completes training for local unit commanders of the Sierra Leone Police. And EPA and its partners raise awareness on the dangers of lead in paint. The stories plus more, including business and sports, lined up in this edition of the news. It's News Hour live on TV, and you stay with us for the next 1 hour. If you can, we start with our first story. Ministry of Planning and Economic Development has met with stakeholders in Bo and Bond districts to popularize the medium-term National Development Plan 2024 to 2030. During the sessions, residents reiterated their areas of priorities, including roads, agriculture, and health. Joseph Ture went along.
This is Matrujong Town, headquarters of Bond District. Gathered here were government officials, CSOs, NGOs and other sector heads. The reason for their gathering was not only to popularize the medium-term National Development Plan 2024 to 2030, but to give scorecards of what has been implemented so far under the plan by local councils and development partners. During the District Development Coordination Committee session, both district councils told the gathering that several culverts have been constructed, schools rehabilitated, and construction of the town hall at the municipality, among others. However, they registered some concerns on limited mobility, late disbursement of funds, and limited accommodation for core staff. Several NGOs operating in the district used the opportunity to showcase successes under the different projects implemented. But what took the center stage of the discussion was the state of the Kenema Matujon Road.
There are so many amenities which Bond District lack. We do not have enough. So we are pleading with you to please incorporate Bond District holistically and not partially in your development plan.
In Bo District, residents were taken through the 5 pillars of the current plan, which agriculture is key. They registered commitment to popularize the plan even at chiefdom levels and appealed for more investment in the district.
We captured so many priorities. We captured land, for example, access to funds for implementation of agricultural activities. Because if you don't have funds, you don't have access to the fund, even if you want to do mechanized farming, you might not be able to go about it.
Minister of Planning and Economic Development Kenema told the people of Bo that government would work closely with them to implement their areas of priorities. She described the plan as one that would reduce poverty in Sierra Leone.
It's a youth employment scheme. If we provide jobs for 500,000 youth provided by the public sector and the private sector, that will reduce poverty significantly in Sierra Leone, as well as the road infrastructure that we've been talking about, access to and better use of technology and digitalization, and the final game changer, transforming the public sector architecture, delivery on all of the other game changers to ensure that poverty is reduced in Sierra Leone.
It was expected that local councils engage chiefdoms on the plan and support government in its implementation. SLBC, Joseph Touré, reporting.
The Environment Protection Agency and its partners have brought together stakeholders, paint manufacturers, and school pupils to raise awareness about the dangers of lead in paint. Lead paint is identified as a global priority under the strategic approach for international chemicals management. Our reporter Christiana Kamara has the story.
The objective of this commemoration is to create awareness amongst Sierra Leoneans, especially manufacturers of paint, distributors, civil construction engineers, estate developers, local painters, and a host of other users of paints. A regulation has already been developed and popularized to parliamentarians and other stakeholders. I believe the Minister of the Environment and Climate Change will soon lay the regulation in Cabinet and the well of Parliament for ratification.
Lead paint is identified as a global priority under the strategic approach for international chemicals management. With this, the Environment Protection Agency and its partners have detected that half of all paints, including local and imported, have high quality of lead poison following a test in 2022. The event was described as a wake-up call for the nation to be aware of the dangers of lead poison for children and the environment. Director of Environmental Quality Control and Management, Edwin Bemba, said lead in paint is a serious toxic metal and it poses risks to the health, adding that for children it lowers their IQ, leading to behavioral problems. He further observed that 1.5 million deaths globally is caused by lead poison.
As you are aware, lead is a neurotoxin that can cause irreversible harm to human health. UNICEF estimates that 3 in 5 children in Sierra Leone, 3 in 5 children, have dangerous levels of lead poisoning, causing widespread negative health and economic impact. They estimated that 2.3 million children will experience damages to their cognitive aspect and have a higher risk of suffering from anemia.
During the program, pupils from the Freetown Secondary School for Girls were also given the opportunity to enlighten the audience on the dangers of lead. The program was a platform for public education, creating a sense of urgency and foster a collective effort to eliminate lead paint and safeguard the health and well-being of all Sierra Leoneans. SLBC News are in Freetown. Christiana Kamari reporting.
Provincial Secretary Northwestern Region Prince Alex Soiba has declared Junisa Bokaimara as Paramount Chief-elect of Barawa Wole Chiefdom in Falaba District. The incoming Paramount Chief scored 26% of the votes to emerge the winner from the 4 other candidates, according to the Electoral Commissioner, which conducted the elections. SLBC's Emmanuel Samoa was there and he now reports.
Mara Bakari Junisa gets 367, will constitute 68.4%.
Ibrahim Noah Mara has 144 votes with 26.87%. Sheikh Ulai Mara has 10 votes with 1.87%. Ali Sayo Mara has 8 votes with 1.49%. Donki Mara has 3 votes with 0.56%. Sori Kankamba Mara got 3 votes with 0.56%. And Kema Mara got 1 vote with 0.18%. Based on the votes each of the 7 candidates got, the Provincial Secretary of the Northwestern Region, Prince Alex Soiba, then announced Junisa Bokaimara as Paramount Chief-elect of Barawa Wole Chiefdom, Falaba District.
I want to say, this election this year, 2024, for the vacant position of Paramount Chief Barawa Wole, Junisa Bokaimara has been declared Paramount Chief-elect.
4-hour town, which is the chiefdom headquarter town of Barawa Wole Chiefdom, burst into celebration and some were in tears, which tells the anxiousness of the people to get someone they could call their leader. Junisa Bokaimara was said to be the youngest among the 7 candidates and the eldest son of the deceased Paramount Chief of Barawa Wole Chiefdom, who passed away few months after his ascension to the throne as Paramount Chief of the said chiefdom. A total of 623 tribal authorities' names were published as eligible voters, but only 543 people casted their votes, of which 536 votes were said to be valid and 7 of the votes were said to be invalid votes cast. The over 5 hours voting process took place in the presence of the assessor chiefs, the candidates, chiefdom authorities, agents of the different candidates, among others. Emmanuel Samoa, SLBC.
Uptown Bar and Kolatri in Calabar Town used to be some of the most deprived communities in the east of Freetown, particularly access to education. Although they were already growing in size, the 2 communities could not boast of proper teaching and learning building infrastructure until the intervention of Action Aid International, Sierra Leone. The organization has returned to the community to assess the impact of its humanitarian activities. Our intern Susanette Bassi went along. She filed in this report, read in the studios by Cecilia Sisse.
The inscription on the placards can summarize how well these communities appreciate the interventions of Action Aid. Thanks Action Aid for empowering the girl child. Thanks and appreciation to the General Assembly members from the National Islamic Primary School. Bravo to Action Aid and its executive. Thanks Action Aid for the transformation of our school and the community of Uptown Bar. The National Islamic Primary School at Uptown Bar, one of the hosts for this year's General Assembly of Action Aid, was built by the organization in 2010. When Action Aid came to the school, it was just a makeshift primary school with about 100 pupils. Now, the school has an imposing structure that can also host both Beke and Was. Former principal said The school's expansion is hugely owed to Action Aid International Sierra Leone.
2008, just indeed, shift and meets 3 class when they run two shifts. For me, na developmental oriented somebody.
The Community Education Development Junior Secondary School was called the Tarpaulin and later Fowl Food School before the intervention of Action Aid, according to its principal, Alfred Benjamin Kanu. The organization came and built both primary and secondary schools plus an administrative building. Fire is one of those who benefited most from this intervention.
I don't be a beneficiary. Even before they build the school, I be there now. I play. Somebody call me say, they say then they register picking them for support them for the school.
Action Aid's intervention in these communities also support women's economic empowerment. Women's leader Seya Samora said the organization's support has helped drive out poverty of their communities. Although there were still calls for more support, Executive Director of Action Aid Fode Bassi Soare and his board members were seemingly satisfied with the progress in these communities, thanks to their support some 15 years ago.
We have a long-term relationship with these communities. And one thing I want to say as an organization, we do not have all the resources to address all the issues, the needs in these communities. That's why part of our programs, we use service delivery as an entry point. Where communities do not have a school, where communities do not have a water well, we facilitate that process, we work with them, we empower the community structure, we support the construction of those facilities.
Whenever we come to the communities, there are lots of asks that they make of us, and we have to go back and see what we have. We have funding to support some of the requests, to try as best as possible. Even if we don't do physical infrastructure, we always continue to sponsorship work, and we'll also see how we can get more funding to be able to support the children who are attending these schools.
Action Aid and its partners work in 17 communities in the Western area. The organization supports access to education and women and community empowerment.
To complement government feed salon agenda, which is pillar 1 of government's Big 5 game changes, a group of indigenous Sierra Leoneans living abroad have ventured into large-scale oil plantation investment in Moyamba district. Emmanuel Samoa visited the farm and compiled this report.
Farming in Moyamba district has long been the preserve for those with few other options. On Tamide Chiefdom in Moyamba district, an oil palm plantation is gradually sprouting with the aim to change the status quo of farm product produced in that part of the country. The Sumatra oil palm seedlings from Ghana have been planted in these 250 hectares of land, which the seedlings were placed in straight lines with 7.8 meters between the rows and 9 meters between the pegs. Moyamba district was disclosed to be the most ideal environment for palm oil plantation because it has more rains.
Fall in this area is very fantastic. Even myself, I came and said, hey, yeah, it rain more than Daru. It rain more than Bo. So oil palm like rains. So where there's more rains, you get more crop. And it's very good for the society and the nation at large.
At the farm's current embryo stage, the community people have started benefiting from their land. For especially the women, they are happy for the plantation because it has been a major source of income for them.
70 to 80% women there, and they can bring them, and they can feed their homes, take care of them picking there, can make put on under this plantation. Because we work by day, then pay with 2 weeks, they begin pay for 2 weeks, and by month they pay with.
Whereas the paramount chief of Tamide Chiefdom, PC Joseph Bobo Stevens, said they willingly gave their lands for such a project because they believe in development.
Right now, it don't make youth mind. We don't get more people there for kind of play. They get a half job. First pay the pass and idle work. Within these 3, 4, 5 months, we don't see till they don't change. The numbers of people that don't begin camp for the job is too much. Really happy with that.
Fagin Agricultural Plantation was said to be owned by a group of indigenous Sierra Leoneans living abroad, and one of the co-owners, John Amara Vanja, said they are investing in agriculture because they believe it fosters sustainable change in society.
I mean, I can tell you right now, even this pilot phase that we just did, we literally had over 300-400 people just coming and walking in and out. So we are excited about that. We're excited about where this is going to take us, how we can impact the community, how we can provide assistance in like schooling, roads, hospital.
The chief operating officer of Fagin Agricultural Plantation, Mustafa Kata, said the 250 hectares they have utilized as a pilot to right the wrongs, as they have plans to utilize over 3,000 hectares of land for oil palm plantation in that part of the country. Emmanuel Samora, SLBC.
Well, in case you are just joining us, you're watching News Hour live on the SLBC, and I'm your news anchor, Francis Bernard. Continue to stay with us as we bring you more news items. The Female Parliamentary Caucus has held its orientation session under its so-called Mentors and Mentees Matching Program for mentees in Freetown. The session, which was held at the Foreign Affairs Academy, geared towards establishing mutual relationship with participants and their mentors, who are mostly female parliamentarians. The program with the UNDP seeks to provide mentorship for empowering female youth into leadership.
Here, you are 26, 27 years of age. What makes you think you can't be a member of parliament?
The Mentors and Mentees session, which is targeted and for a transformative future. According to the president of the Female Parliamentary Caucus, Honorable Boyata Bernadette Songa, the significance of the Leadership Mentorship Program is to identify leadership potentials of young girls and to groom them to be inspiring leaders who will in turn shape the future. Honorable Songa also used a remarkable journey to success, which according to her could stand as a shining example to inspire young women.
A nurse practitioner, and then a public health nurse, and then eventually I became a member of parliament. But yeah, it's all just been a journey. But for me, the purpose of mentoring is because we want to be able to catch them young. We didn't have that opportunity when growing up. We didn't have people mentoring us. We didn't have people telling us that, yes, you can do it, you can be somebody. We had to battle our way through the journey, through the whole process of life, through the bitterness of reality of life, and for us to be here.
Presenting an overview of the training program, consultant Sheikha Mansari said the mentorship will cover skills development, personal growth and networking, and goal setting, as well as setting and achieving specific, measurable, attainable and realistic goals.
It is not only mentors that should be able to cascade ideas to mentees. Mentees as well should be in a position to impact their mentors. For example, these mentors, you are going to have MPs. No wrong thing about it. They don't even have time for technological improvement. No time for that. But putting at the end for giving. Young people, you have time for that.
Several other mentors spoke on the importance of building self-esteem, confidence and courage. The young ladies were also inspired on building timely goals and effective time management within the program, shared a remarkable story of a journey to discover our true potential aside from a career path.
As an entrepreneur, we are also leaders because we solve problems. And by doing that, I have been engaged in a lot of activities lately, which are some things that will help me to build my leadership skill.
Through the mentorship program, the leadership of the Female Parliamentary Caucus is developing the capabilities of the next generation as women leaders. SLBC, Dennis Fraser reporting.
Well, we now go to health, and for that the Stroke Association of Sierra Leone has hosted a symposium to raise awareness about the growing trend of the disease. According to the medical experts, this medical condition has become the second leading cause of death across sub-Saharan Africa. It can happen in an instant due to loss of blood supply to the brain, leaving people incapacitated, sometimes for life. Jonathan Turner takes up the story.
It was in September 7, 2018. that I got symptoms of it was high blood pressure, and my wife took me to the hospital, Connaught Hospital, and the doctor in attendance was Dr. Russell, and I was admitted, and I ended up with stroke, the left arm and the left leg.
Like Thomas Bessie, thousands of Sierra Leoneans are affected by stroke each year. Health workers report that nearly 46% of those suffering are primary earners in their households. This unexpected shift in physical and mental well-being places huge financial burdens on entire families. Deputy Chief Medical Officer, Clinical Services, Dr. Mustafa Kaba, said stroke is caused by a lack of blood flow to the brain, often due to blood clots or blocked arteries. Lifestyle factors also play a major role. High intake of salt and oil, especially palm oil, excessive stress, smoking and consuming harmful drugs significantly increase the risks. Hypertension and diabetes patients must monitor their blood pressure regularly to stay on top of their health. Dr. Kaba said the Ministry of Health was working on many ways to help combat such diseases.
How do we get them to do things that will prevent hypertension? How do we talk to them about diabetes? How do we talk to them about drug consumption, alcohol and cigarette smoking? All of those factors that contributes to the prevalence of increase in hypertension and other associated risk factors for stroke is what we are really trying to do, so that the populace is well informed and does the things that are right to safeguard their health.
Living with stroke is incredibly challenging. Affected people struggle every day and most of them cannot walk. The Stroke Association of Sierra Leone is calling on government and the community for more support.
Government will be coming up very soon with having a CT scan machine for Connaught Hospital and another one for Kenema and I think Bo. You see, without a CT scan, you cannot handle stroke patients, because first of all, CT scan is what you use to now diagnose what kind of stroke the person has, how the stroke has affected that person before treatment. So now they say they are going to buy a CT scan machine. That is one step, because otherwise you go to the private laboratories. This costs over 1,700,000, and most people cannot afford that. So we are trying to see that we get that done, and then we also want to see government coming in with drugs, because the drugs are hypertensive drugs are very expensive.
The association was formed in 2019, bringing survivors together for support and advocacy. This organization not only provides a sense of community, but also seeks to raise awareness about stroke prevention and rehabilitation. Doctors recommend regular checkups, daily medication, plenty of rest and light exercise to help regain strength and stability. World Stroke Day, observed on October 29th, serves as a reminder of the importance of education and awareness. Stroke survivors and advocates like James Williams continue to call on everyone to make lifestyle changes and check in on their health to prevent strokes from striking more Sierra Leonean families. For SLBC News, Jonathan Turner reporting.
Now, on a very sad note, the City Hall Auditorium in Freetown was filled with solemn tributes and remembrance as members of the All People's Congress APC gathered to honor the life and legacy of Dr. Abdullahi Usman Conte, the late distinguished statesman, lawyer and lifelong advocate for justice and democracy in Sierra Leone. Jonathan Turner again.
The memorial service brought together members of the APC, family, friends, and supporters to pay tribute to the enduring impact of former Vice President Dr. Abdullahi Usman Conte's contributions to law, politics, and public service. Born on August 5, 1945, Dr. Abdoulaye Ousmane Conte rose to prominence in Sierra Leone as a leading legal mind and accomplished politician. He was a dedicated APC politician representing Gambia in parliament and held several key positions under the administrations of President Sheikh Stevens and Joseph Saidu Momo, including Minister of Foreign Affairs, Minister of Finance, Attorney General and Minister of Justice, and First Vice President and Minister of Internal Affairs. Many described the late man as the architect of the 1991 Constitution. His work on the Constitution marked a pivotal moment in Sierra Leone's journey towards democratic governance.
Dr. Conte was a global citizen whose dedication to justice and humanity knows no boundaries. He lives behind not only a national legacy, but an international one of justice, compassion, and unwavering commitment to the rule of law.
Dr. Conte's influence extended beyond Sierra Leone. His international career included roles as a political officer with the United Nations Transitional Team for East Timor and a distinguished tenure as Chief Justice of Belize from 2000 to 2010. He also served on the Court of Appeal of the Cayman Islands and the Bahamas.
Chief Justice na Belize. So we always be proud we Sierra Leonean dey rise na other country. He live a life of example. He serve other countries in the world. We not for be okay with we service to Sierra Leone. We for be eager for make sure say the world tap from the resource. We APC party.
Members of the APC in their tribute described Dr. Conte as a pillar of wisdom, integrity, and unwavering dedication to public service, highlighting how his life's work has impacted countless lives, both within and outside of Sierra Leone. His legal scholarship and judgments continue to inspire.
The local conference of youths Sierra Leone has presented and launched the National Youth Statement to climax a 2-day conference on climate resilience for youth in Sierra Leone. The event, which was held at the Tunde Cole building, Farabi College, geared towards ensuring that a comprehensive national youth statement is incorporated into the global youth statement ahead of COP29 in Azerbaijan. Dennis Fraser has the story.
For this particular conference, as it is the first conference.
The 2-day conference on climate resilience and adaptation for youths in the country was described by many as a laudable initiative in building sustainable communities through local action.
Robust 2 days of panel discussions, workshops, and just processing all these materials and resources that we're being given. So yeah, I'm so happy that we're closing, and honestly, this was so successful.
With its theme of empowering youths for climate resilience and global peace, the local conference of youth Sierra Leone was able to formulate a collective and comprehensive national youth statement, which was one of the key outcomes of the conference. The goal was for it to be incorporated into the global youth statement ahead of Conference of Parties or COP29 in Azerbaijan.
The youth of Sierra Leone are fully prepared to take decisive actions in advancing the nation's climate goals. By harnessing our collective strength and capabilities, we are committed to driving the transformation of Sierra Leone's climate resilience efforts, ensuring that the country achieves its NDC targets and makes substantial contribution to global climate action.
The interactive session equipped delegates drawn from various universities and schools with knowledge on climate change, migration and conflict, and the role of youths in addressing these challenges, and also advocacy tools to push for stronger youths' opportunity and transformation, not just in Sierra Leone but the wider Africa. Delivering the keynote to climax the event, Mayor of Freetown, Yvonne Akisoya, called on all stakeholders involved to continue their collective effort towards meaningful climate action. She also encouraged her audience, especially youths, to embrace the fight as climate ambassadors.
Industrialization. They have created the climate crisis, but we are suffering the impact. And the impact we're suffering is actually now compounded by our local practices. I got a call this morning. When I saw the rain, I knew there would be bad news. And a few minutes later, by 10 o'clock, I'd already had a call from Congo-Wata where a wall collapsed.
The position paper, crafted by the young people after months of consultative engagements, provided an evidence-based plan for addressing climate mobility, youth, peace and security, and climate-induced disasters, and also proposes a national innovative plan including digital solutions as a locally led initiative. SLBC, Dennis Fraser reporting.
The Sierra Leone Society for the Welfare of the Aged has organized a festival for about 40 older people at the King George V, the 6th Memorial Home. The event is part of the celebration of the 34th anniversary of the International Day of Older Persons. The theme for this year is Aging with Dignity. Our intern Esther Nenekama filed in this report.
The festival was meant to honor the lives of older people and make them feel belong in society. Founder and CEO of Focus 1000, who doubles as the chairman of the Welfare of Older People's Home, Mohamed Jallo said the festival was organized to thank God for his mercies, provision, and to celebrate the lives of older people at the King George VI Memorial Home. Adding that amidst the celebration, they are faced with some challenges.
We need transportation, because when they are sick, how do we take them to the hospital and bring them back? Also, I would like to have opportunity for them, even if it's like once every 3 months, for them to go out and get recreation so that they are taken out of the home. Would also need, we already provided one borehole, but we need an additional water supply system. Electricity is a major problem also. We are thank God, people are giving us food and drinks and, beverages. So I think that one is not too much of a problem. The only thing is in terms of the fish and meat.
Chairperson of the festival and Director General of the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation, Josephine Kamara, said people should show respect and care to older people, pledging that she will support the home.
To give me joy for say, if I get old, I know get begin, I know get husband, that we one day, of course I get family there, but each family, they get their own burden. And especially young generation when it comes.
The guest speaker, Sheikh Abubakar Conte, in a statement said both Islam and Christianity described aging as a state of seniority, emphasizing that children should obey their parents.
Islam consider them to be ancestors, and then consider them also commit them, all the intricacies of life when they don't go. And now for intensive devotional activities.
A resident, Vivian Delswalt, who has spent over 10 years in the home, expressed his appreciation to the home.
I was here during Ebola, COVID, nothing wrong with me. So I want to thank God. The management, board, staff, they are all, yes, at least. At times we do have our differences, but we do allow it to go overboard. So I like to thank God for everybody's life in this home.
Chairperson of the Welfare of All People's Home, Mohamed Jallo, called on older people to cut down on carbohydrates, reduce on the intake of salt and sugar, and to have enough rest. For SLBC News Hour in Freetown, I am Esther Nene Kamara.
The Adama Team Foundation, a local disability rights NGO, has joined forces with other disability organizations to commemorate the 2024 International Day of Sign Language at the Peace Museum. The week-long event culminated in a special march on October 26th across the street of Freetown. Abdul Kabir has the story.
This procession, organized by the Adama Team Foundation for people with hearing and speech impairment, visibly demonstrated the commitment of the foundation to helping people with special needs. People with hearing and speech impairment, along with interpreters, came together to listen to various speakers and participate in the celebration. Chairman and Commissioner of the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities in Sierra Leone, Dr. Vandi Kone, emphasized the significance of the day and the urgent need to address the needs and aspirations of individuals with special needs.
Of course, this is awareness raising. It's part to raise awareness on the rights and responsibilities of persons with disabilities, the plight of persons with disabilities. The deaf, the hearing and speech impaired categories of persons with disabilities is key because of their linguistic barrier. So it's significant because they are coming together equally speaks volume, and also expressing, ventilating their frustrations and their concerns to the public is key.
For the women and men with hearing and speech impairment, the gathering was a platform to get first-hand assurance from the movers and shakers in the disability rights movement. Deputy Chief Director for Social Protection at the Ministry of Social Welfare, Francis Kabia, highlighted government's ongoing effort to support people with special needs and empower them to fully participate in society.
For link the deaf community to the rest of the Sierra Leone society.
I urge all persons with special needs to take control of their well-being. Please take care of yourselves. Remember, you have the potential to overcome challenges and achieve great things. Let's empower people with special needs and break down societal barriers. Together, we can build a more inclusive future.
Sign language for address violence against deaf people, especially violence against deaf girls, deaf women.
Director of Communications, Office of National Security, Abdul Karim Will, assured attendees of the agency's protection from human trafficking and other forms of abuse. Chief Superintendent of Police Dulcie Adama Fefegola, Support Officer at the Central Police Division, stressed on the unwavering commitment of the police in assisting people with special needs. The event was climaxed with a performance by the One Family people, bringing together people with special needs and key stakeholders in a collaborative celebration. Abdul Kabir, SLBC News, Freetown.
The new Sierra Leone ambassador designated to Turkey, Dr. Frances Anderson, has voiced concerns regarding the reported detention of Sierra Leone nationals in Turkey. The ambassador was meeting with the Director of Africa, Ambassador Sebnem Che. During the meeting, the two officials discussed critical areas to boost Turkey-Sierra Leone relationship, with a particular focus on trade, investment, and diplomatic cooperation. Ambassador Anderson urged Turkish authorities to adhere to the 1951 International Refugee Convention, highlighting the importance of protecting the rights and welfare of Sierra Leoneans in Turkey. Director of Africa extended a warm welcome to the ambassador-designate. She highlighted Turkey's trade volume with Sierra Leone, noting that it amounted to approximately 82,000 million United States in 2023, a figure she described as unsatisfactory. She also recognized the contribution of notable Turkish companies currently operating in Sierra Leone, including Suma Group and Kappa Ship, which have played significant roles in the nation's infrastructure and energy sectors. In response, Ambassador-designate Dr. Francis V. Anderson underscored the importance of increased trade and investment between the two nations, revealing plans to organize an investment conference in Turkey to attract more Turkish investors and entrepreneurs to Sierra Leone. Well, from that, we now go to the international scene and bring you the international news.
Hello and welcome to the international news segment. I am Stella Bangura. Commonwealth nations have made history by adopting their inaugural Ocean Declaration at a summit in Samoa, the first to be held in the Pacific island nation. The Apia Ocean Declaration was unveiled at the conclusion of the 27th Commonwealth Heads of State meeting. It urges all 56 Commonwealth nations to safeguard the ocean against serious challenges such as climate change, pollution, and overexploitation. The declaration emphasizes the importance of acknowledging maritime boundaries in the face of rising sea levels. Additionally, it advocates for the ratification of the High Seas Biodiversity Treaty, the creation of coastal climate adaptation strategies, and enhanced support for sustainable blue economies. Samoa's Prime Minister Fiami Naomi Mataafa stated in a release from her office that it was appropriate for a first ocean declaration to be made in the Blue Pacific continent, as climate change is acknowledged as the foremost threat to the safety and welfare of our people. More than 600 million women and girls are now affected by war, a 50% increase from a decade ago, and the fear the world has forgotten them amid an escalating backlash against women's rights and gender equality, top UN officials say. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres said in a report that amid record levels of armed conflict and violence, progress over the decades for women is vanishing, and generational gains in women's rights hang in the balance around the world. The UN chief was assessing the state of a Security Council resolution adopted on October 31, 2000 that demanded equal participation for women in peace negotiations, a goal that remains as distant as gender equality. Guterres said current data and findings show that the transformative potential of women's leadership and inclusion in the pursuit of peace is being undercut, with power and decision-making on peace and security matters overwhelmingly in the hands of men. The $1.8 billion IMF aid program secured in 2023 is currently frozen. A restructuring of the agreement is now required, according to Finance Minister Sheikh Diba. The government is aiming for a new agreement by the first quarter of 2025 at the latest, the Minister of Finance, Sheikh Diba, announced during the annual IMF meetings in Washington that Senegal's program with the international institution needs to be revised following an audit that revealed a higher debt and budget deficits than previously reported. Mr. Diba, quoted by Bloomberg, stated that the current program needs to be updated. We are in discussions with the fund. The government is now aiming for new agreements with the IMF by the first quarter of 2025 at the latest. The budget deficit is actually over 10% of GDP, nearly double the initially reported 5.5%. These revelations had immediate repercussions. Moody's downgraded the country's credit rating further into the speculative category, with a potential additional downgrade on the horizon. And the attacks in the north and east of Gezira State have been called a massacre by the Gezira Conference, a local civil society organization. It said fighters belonging to the Rapid Support Forces, RSF, stormed a town in the Al Kamelin locality on Friday morning and began firing indiscriminately from high-rise buildings. At least 50 people were killed and hundreds more injured. In the city of Tambul in Gezira's north, RSF fighters went on rampage, killing dozens of civilians and displacing thousands of others. Local groups say the attacks appear to be motivated by rage after a top RSF commander defected to the army side. Abu Akla Kikel, the de facto ruler of Gezira province, surrendered to the Sudanese military in early October. Kikel hails from Gezira State. The appeal by Ted Chaiban, deputy head of the UN Children's Agency, UNICEF, came as the notorious paramilitary Rapid Support Forces rampaged through villages and towns in East Central Gazeta province, looting and vandalizing public and private properties, according to a doctors' union and a youth group. That's all for international news. I am Stella Bangura. Stay tuned.
Many thanks to Stella Bangura for the international news. And now we move over to the entertainment desk and bring you some entertainment stories.
Welcome to the entertainment news. I am yours truly, Mariatu Dugo. Now in today's headlines, Da Sintra, who is a musician who has taken a long time in the music industry, has just released a banger featuring Drizzly. And Haja Bangura, carrot seller, won the first edition of Miss Vegetable Sellers Beauty Pageants. Da Sintra is a singer in the entertainment industry in Sierra Leone, and he has taken a long time. Like, he is an OG. Now he has just dropped a beautiful song featuring Drizzly, and it's called Back at Me. And let me tell you, this song is a banger. Like, it keeps playing in my mind.
You do all these things to get back at me when you wanna get back with me. Now you me don't turn you back on me. Now you wanna get back with me. Why you wanna get back at me? Oh, you wanna get back with me.
You write long paragraph, I just type okay. You want make a react, but I just no go good it. You say you need space, so I should been give it. The things you be give me, I don't pack them for give away.
Okay, moving away from music into the world of beauty pageantry. Now, beauty pageantry is evolving. Now, many people are doing beauty pageantry because beauty pageant brings people together. It brings communities together. And one beautiful beauty pageant that just concluded this weekend is the Miss Vegetable Seller. Now, 6 contestants vied for a prize money of 10,000 million, which is 10 million old euros. And Haja Bangura, who is a carrot seller, emerged the winner. Zainab, who is the chief judge, appreciated the invitation and the chance and opportunity for her to judge such pageants, and told the people how important vegetable sellers are to us generally and how they contribute to the economy.
Because I know the importance of vegetables and the importance of agriculture. And when we talk about sustainable economy, agriculture is what's going to give us that, by the grace of God.
Now, after 6 appearances, which includes casual, African wear, party dress, bikini, yes, they did a beach wear, and all of that, and after nailing 2 question rounds, Haja Bangura emerged the winner.
How good for eyesight? Good for pleasure. How get vitamin C really help the body?
All right, congratulations to Haja, and it's so exciting to see different communities partaking in beauty pageantry so that they could build their self-esteem and self-confidence, and just people coming together and having a good time. Well, that's all we have in today's entertainment news. Hope you enjoyed it as much as I presented it to you. I have been yours truly, Mariatu Dugo. Until next time, see you.
Mariatu Dugo with the entertainment news, and now we go to the sport desk and find out the latest happenings in the world of sport. Hello and welcome to Sports Updates and News. I am a presenter, Esther Marie Samoa. In this edition of the Sport News, the Midwest Cricket Club has emerged victorious in the Sierra Leone Women's Under-19 T20 Youth Cricket League after defeating the Police Women's Cricket team by a margin of 11 runs in the final match at the King Tom Oval. Abdul Kabir has more.
The 7th edition of the Sierra Leone Women's Under-19 T20 Youth Cricket League was a breathtaking experience for players, administrators, cricket lovers and guests alike at the home of cricket at King Tom.
Having an amazing time. I love
seeing all of the sportswomanship. I love seeing the strength and the power of your playing. And I want to wish both teams a really wonderful game today. First and foremost to the players and the coaches, thank you for investing in your health and in your sport. I want to thank the umpires and also the announcers for creating a game that has all of the right inputs for a wonderful experience.
The dominance display of Midwest Cricket Club throughout the 5-month-long tournament cemented their status as a formidable force in women's cricket within Sierra Leone. In the first match of the day, Correctional Females secured a third-place position with a convincing 7-wicket win over Morningtown Ladies. In her brief remarks, Director of Female Cricket, Elizabeth French, expressed huge delight on the discipline that has sustained the women's game and development of up-and-coming female players. The final match between the Midwest and Police women's team was a thrilling display of skill, passion, and sportsmanship. On his part, Cricket Sierra Leone Board Chairman Francis Tevo Samora stressed on the importance of the women's game in the country and lauded key stakeholders for supporting cricket in more ways than one.
So today I'm proud to be here to witness my own institution playing against my own personal investments.
The Midwest cricket team made an impressive target of 82 runs, all out in 17.1 overs, while the officers managed to secure 40 runs for 6 in 10.3 overs, giving Midwest ladies the clear-cut chance to claim a significant milestone in women's cricket. The 7th edition of the tournament showcased the immense talent and dedication of young female cricketers in Sierra Leone. Abdul Kabia, SLBC Sport, Freetown.
In the news also, Ten Hag has been sacked as coach for Manchester United. Ten Hag was into his 3rd season when the axe fell, but this team was getting worse even after their worst Premier League finish and being indulged in the transfer market. United made their worst start to a Premier League campaign after 9 games, and Ten Hag has been relieved of his duties despite signing a 1-year contract extension in the summer. The Dutchman won the FA Cup, beating Manchester City at Wembley to seemingly save his job. But United also held talks with potential replacement after a record low 8th place finish in the Premier League. The club are now working on next steps with former striker Van Nistelrooy, recruited in the off-season to work alongside Ten Hag, having been asked to take charge on an interim basis, with the rest of the management staff remaining in position for now. The club are now working on next steps with former striker Van Nistelrooy, recruited in the off-season to work alongside Ten Hag, having been asked to take charge on an interim basis, with the rest of the management staff remaining in the position for now. Well, that's it for Sports Updates and News. I have been your presenter, Esther Marisa Marcin. Goodbye. Keep watching the SLBC.
And many thanks to Esther Marisa for the sports updates there. And with that, we'll bring the curtain down for this edition of News Hour Broadcast Live on TV. But before we go, a reminder of our top stories. Ministry of Planning and Economic Development has met with stakeholders in Bo and Bond District to popularize the medium-term National Development Plan 2024 to 2030. The first UMAJ Consultancy Group Nigeria has completed a 4-week leadership training for local unit commanders of the Sierra Leone Police. And the Environment Protection Agency and its partners have brought together stakeholders, paint manufacturers and school pupils to raise awareness about the dangers of lead in paint. Lead paint is identified as a global priority under the strategic approach for international chemicals management. Well, that's all we can offer in this hour's news broadcast live on TV. I am Frances Bernard on behalf of all of us at Broadcasting House. Thanks for being part of the news and keep watching your public broadcaster, the SLBC. Good evening.
Ready for the Zoom meeting today with the investor then?
Yes, boss. I'm ready for the meeting today. And I don't download all the reports they sent to me on the internet.
Make sure so you get super connection, because I don't want one problem during the meeting.
Everything is okay. Everything is fine.
Counting on you, even though we're not in the same office. I will be with you every step of the way.
At Sky Vision College, we offer more than just education. We provide the tools to shape your future in technology. Our bachelor's degree programs, computer science and business information technology, are designed to equip you with the skills and knowledge needed for today's fast evolving tech industry. We also offer advanced diploma courses in areas like software engineering and infrastructure management services, and other certification courses such as ethical hacking, cloud computing, CCNA and more. It ensuring you are job ready for the competitive world ahead.
Come to number 5 Main Motor Road, Wilberforce, Freetown. Call us on 072-797979 or 032-979797. Follow us on our social media channels for more updates.
Famulem, the best margarine butter and the best mayonnaise, don't reach Natal now. When a Jadida butter and Jadida mayonnaise. Jadida butter and Jadida mayonnaise, easy for rub na bread and so is sweet na mouth. It good for the family and it nice for make cake. You when you look for butter for do anything with concern butter, Jadida butter not the best. Jadida butter they na all then shop and supermarket for sale. But if you want plenty, go na a mobile trading company na number 3 Sani Abacha Street or you telephone them 076 622 194 or 030 279 449 or 6 Lumley Street or 076 663 495. Jadida butter and Jadida mayonnaise na the best product at home. Jadida.
Hey, me. For can go na junction for go buy EDSA credit. It want more
say you want for Gona Street. Because the last EDSA credit when me buy na ya asidom where I buy am.
This one hard for believe.
Na true. Dial *363# with QCell and tell me what he say.
He say buy Q Power, get last 3 tokens, register meter and exit.
Easy.
But I no get QCell money.
Now it make it sweet and easy. Just top up your QCell and buy EDSA credit. No mobile money, no problem. It will be one day na salute.
Okay.
Pass with QCell.
Make a try, man.
Hey! Nice one!
Yes, use your QCell top up and buy EDSA Lite anytime, any size. Just dial *363# and follow the instructions. Make sure say you register your meter number before you continue.
For more information, dial 111. Terms and conditions apply. QCell. Salon.
Slide!
The OKNP landscape is more rich in biodiversity. If you come in the OKNP, you will see different type of animals, chimpanzee, hippo, elephant, Maxwell duiker, red flank duiker, etc., etc., and even the colobus monkey, patas monkey, they are in the park.
We're here this morning with the Wabile Eco Guards, with Dr. Moses, Amara, Emmanuel, and Dr. Rosa, doing the camera trap practicals and also how to do reference video making. We're getting ready for tomorrow as we're going to go to the field for 10 days to set up camera trap in 3 different locations with 3 teams. We survey the transect and take data and also do camera traps. For some transect we have 2 cameras, for some transect we have 1, and some transect we just have to resurvey.
Being one of the Wabile staff, we don't learn a lot today from yesterday to today concerning this camera trapping. We will go for 10 days.
I'm Eco Guard for Wabile. I have learned a lot. We are here for training how to set up camera trap, also with a transient land. I'm very happy for being Eco Guard for Wabile because I have a lot of experience now how to protect this land, and I know what to do and what not to do in the forest.
Due to the intervention of many projects like ECOD, Wabile, OKKPS, then we have started seeing some changes. So I think the community members also really appreciate the work of those projects that are bringing development in their chiefdoms in the name of protecting this particular conservation area. With also the community members are now ready full force to support those projects to see how best they can achieve their goal, and they are always thanking the donors that are giving their money to those projects to sponsor community members. Wabile also is now working along the Kilimi axis to Kuru. They also are now trying to see how best we can able to know the different type of animals that are in there. For the community members, they never know if we have chimpanzee or another elephant. Due to the effort of the Wabile and the OKKPS and ECOD, now community members have started knowing that yes, we have elephant, we have chimpanzee, we have leopard. Then this is a good thing for the chiefdom because this can encourage the tourism to be in the park and to do more investment. This also encourages the community members also to contribute to support the project because they are seeing their children working with the project. And conservation is good because it creates more jobs for the youth, it creates more employment, more investment. So it will be good if this will continue for the next 10 to 15 years. That can help the conservation area to be protected and the community members also to feel part of the decision making.
Sierra Leone is a country on a new path, a new path of development, a new direction. As we awaken to a new sense of patriotism and pride as Sierra Leoneans, the Slbc brings together enlightened senior citizens with much experience to help steer Sierra Leoneans on the path of a defined course of pride and consciousness, a constructive nationalism. So, join the Slbc for the program Constructive Nationalism. Come and let's build Sierra Leone every Saturday at 3 p.m. on the Slbc. Constructive Nationalism on the Slbc.
Life no go ever sweet without that thing what we call love. Now that make
Love Factor a very good program where any big person can look and enjoy.
Now the kind program where you for spend time for watch. Now the kind program where you for spend time for sit down for look.
And this program it may I don't learn from and I wonder you save life.
The Love Factor show is about family, love, counseling,
relationship. We say we dey build and maintain relationship. This na program we say we dey counsel you for let you know how for dey with your partner, let you know how for settle dispute between you and your heart to heart.
Well, you don't hear it for yourself. Join the Love Factor team
every Sunday, 10 p.m.
for help make we all enjoy love and peace.
While the frequency of buildings collapsing and fire accidents are growing at an alarming rate, only few people have thought about ensuring their businesses or property. This negligence has driven some people out of business, some into poverty when they were visited